Have you ever noticed this about yourself? And I say this because I know you're not lazy. Like you're actually doing a lot. You're handling so much work, life, family, if you have like business, idea, passion, all this responsibility. You're handling so much and you're showing up for so many people, right? And you get things done. So you're doing a thing, right? But there's that one thing, that one thing, that thing would actually move you forward, move your life like lips. And somehow we just keep avoiding it. Um, right? It's like it's not in a like a woo here loud way. People know what this happened. It's not dramatic that like, oh no, just quietly niggling at you, knowing, okay, this is what I would really need to do. This is what we really need to focus on. But we tell ourselves things like, I need more clarity. I need to really plan out myself. And I get the technology, like my laptop, I just need to sort this thing out. Let the kids grow. Let me be a empty nester or oh gosh. When I have what's yours? Like we have so many things. We know that one thing, but we have a list of things that we say is the thing. I stop in, oh, doing a thing. I'll do it when I'm ready. I have so much right now, like with this school thing and this, I just can't balance this thing. Oof, oof, oof. Let me prepare for it. Let me plan out. Let me make sure I have everything sorted out for the next thing so that I can make sure that I mean momentum's going and things are happening. Does that sound familiar? Like we have all those things. And it all sounds like responsibility. It sounds like we're doing good. We're like very mindful. I had so much look, so much excuses, or should I say, responsibility of making me avoiding that one thing. Of that I thought that okay, this is what I really needed to do. And it sounds like we're actually thinking things through. We're actually being mindful. We're actually being productive. We're actually making sense in why that thing, why it just we're not there yet to make a move, to do the thing because of that thing. And we know that if we don't do that thing, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to shift for us. But if we're not lazy, why are we not even, I mean, we're not even inconsistent. Because if you look at other areas of our life, other things we're doing, we are very much so. We are doing the things that's supposed to do, except that one thing we know. And and what if we're just repeating a pattern we haven't interrupted yet? Maybe that's what's happening here, that we don't even know that it is a thing. So let's talk about that today. Like, let's talk about what does this mean? Because this is something that I had to check on myself recently. I had to really think about this one because it changes how I see discipline completely when you like look at it. Because here's the thing. Avoidance was it's never a general thing. It's always very specific. We're avoiding that one thing. There is always whatever we're avoiding, when we really check ourselves, we can pinpoint what that thing is for us. And it's not that we're not doing anything. We're doing a lot. We're doing life, except that thing. But here's the thing. There's always going to be that thing that we need to do. Is it a message that we haven't sent yet? Is it creating the product or whatever that is, the content that we need to post or the decision we have been avoiding making? There is something. Because somehow, everything else gets done except that one thing. Everything's done. The kids are fed. The house is not, it's not burnt down. Work is there. I'm fulfilling my commitments to like the clients, like, all those things that I It's there. But this thing for me, it's not. You see, I have this when I like showing up, there was so many things that I was avoiding. So for me, that one thing was I had so many people seeing me, watching me, especially like when you look at your stories, when you look at like TikTok and other places, you can see who's looking. There's some other things you don't even like if you post some, you wouldn't know if somebody has seen your stuff, but there are certain things you can see colleagues, you can see people watching you. And for me, it's affected how I showed up because I had to feel like I had to be polished. I had to be like, okay, I know what I'm talking about. I had to do this because every time I post, they're not engaging, they're just watching. In my head, this is what I'm thinking. They're thinking, what's she up to now? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Oh, let's see again. Oh. And then you put something like engage with it, like, oh. I was avoiding being seen starting small. I was avoiding putting myself out there truly because I didn't want to be seen as someone that is still on baseline or is still on, the start line. I wanted to like come across or thought I should have come across like this polished person. So because of that, I avoided wanting to show up and make those mistakes. I avoided doing those things because what they're gonna say, what they're gonna look. And then you see them out and about in a community and a work, and it's like, oh, how's your thing going? I was avoiding really being true to myself because of what others were saying. I was also avoiding like really expressing myself. So like, oh, I have to make sure like I'm able to, that was my thing. And I was productive everywhere else except that. And when we really look at it and figure it out that it's really like where everything gets interesting because us capable people, we don't avoid a thing because we can't do them. We can, but we're avoiding it because it matters to us, right? It can expose us and it can also move us forward. But at the same time, it's just that like fear failure for me or like fear of judgment, all those things. And we don't avoid this because we're incapable. We're avoiding it because it can change something. And for me, I had to like really clock this in for real time and check because I wasn't lazy. I was showing up in so many other areas in my life. I wasn't truly showing up here. I was dabbling. And when it came to showing up consistently, it wasn't that it wasn't that I was wanting it perfect. I just kept delaying putting the stuff out there. So I told myself, look, maybe I just need more clarity to make sure that when I do come, like it is clear, it is let me just refine, let me truly know who I'm speaking to. But honestly, here's the truth. I was avoiding being seen while I was growing. I was avoiding being seen starting small because the eyes were peering at me while I was there trying to like show up, right? And then I heard this thing from one of my mentors that really reframed this for me. And it, when we keep repeating the same avoidance, it becomes a pattern. Our brain just wires it in. It clocks in like we don't do this because it wants to keep us safe. It wants to reserve all the energy that we have. So when it's seeing this pattern, it's like it brings out the alarms, go, no, we don't. And then we get this like tense or whatever that is. For me, it's like my shoulders around here. I just get that tension and the feeling of like, oh, okay, here, they're here, oh, she's here, they're here, he's here, like that feeling. So even it is not even a motivation problem. anymore. It's not that. It's that pattern of like, ooh, what are they going on? Like this. That pattern just puts the brakes on, just stops me in my tracks. So now, instead of trying to fix everything, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna fix that one thing. So I picked up expressing myself, showing up. Let me go and do this thing. Let me go show up and speak consistently, like regardless of who's looking. Let me do my thing. So I decided to do this daily YouTube thing to really just get going with it. Like, let's just see what happens. So I started showing up. Initially, it was kind of like I felt like I was a robot, like how I was singing. I was like very, I felt like a newscaster. Today's news is like the film. Like it was just that. And then over time, I picked it up and I said I was going to do this every single day. And I kept doing this and I reflect on how I'm showing up. I started realizing all the future words that I'm using and how all the hesitation and how I was just rambling, all these things just by showing up. Initially I did it for like 30 days and saw the magic that happened. And then I'm like, okay, let's to get my message. So the first time I did it, every single day for 30 days, I'm just going to like share my message. And that gave me that feel like, okay, I can do this. They might be watching, but I'm doing this. And I kept doing it every single day. I did it for 30 days, got that muscle in, and it interrupted that feeling of like, oh, okay, we've got this. And then I just started showing up every single day because life doesn't change when everything changes. If I was waiting to be fine with people looking at me like a toddler in this field, I wouldn't move on. Wanting people to see me like, oh yeah, she knows it. Like, no, I had to be in that toddler feel and then build the muscle to be a grown ass woman in the process. Because it changed when I broke that pattern of what that meant to me, how that feeling is. That's when that changed for me. That's when the whole 9 yards of feeling, of knowing like, this is what I'm going to do. And then I decided, okay, now like I broke that of how people looking is fine, showing up and be knowing that, yeah. And also doing things to I did that, like celebrating, like, yes, next day, yes, 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 yes. And now we're doing this long form thing of let's do this for the next year. Who can I become? Let's evolve in real time. Let's see how we roll in when we come like clock in and December 31st, 2026 and say, like, how are you now? And then how did we do? That's what like we're doing now. Like having that expressive space to really evolve in real time and see what's happening, course correcting, learning, changing, seeing what gets better, being free. My first video, I was like this. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I've moved at all. Well, here we are. Hey, 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 maybe one of those videos will do like a dance party or something. But here's my question to you. What is that one thing you kept avoiding? Not everything you're avoiding. Let's just pick the one thing. Let's just pick that one thing and what that would look like if you face it, that thing, every single day. Just reflect on that. For the next 30 days, what is that thing you can do to be like, yeah, if I do this, my goodness, where I could be, what, the muscle that I could build in the thing that I'm doing, the knowing, the belief, the self-trust of like, I kept my word to self and I did the thing. Yeah. We did the thing of truly taking that time to figure out this is what I am doing for myself. Because if we're avoiding, before we know it, a year has gone, five has gone, 10. And then we'll be in that rocking chair in our old age and looking back and like when we say we're in our say 80s or whatever, and then rocking it's like, oh, if I'd if I'd done that thing, I wish I didn't and it was like, no, we don't want that to be our truth. We want to like say, you know what, be the person who played full out, lived fully, like just did everything she said she was gonna do. He said she was gonna do. They said they were gonna do. Be that person for you. Because we have to keep reminding ourselves we only have this one life to live, right? And if we can, because of the limitations we have of ourselves and all the stories and all the things that it's there that is holding us back from really moving forward. And if you need that support to figure out and then have that course flight to like what's that thing that's holding you back so we can start breaking apart a pattern because it's all in there. It could be how we're seeing ourselves. It could be how like our self-image of, oh gosh, I don't look the part, whatever that is. It could be like the limiting beliefs we have ourselves, the cap we've been capping ourselves, or like thinking like, I can't do this, or someone like me can't, like whatever that is, the uncertainty of life, or like again, let's figure it out. Let's have that course thing because it can be, we can have that radical shift by making that decision and then taking the time to do the work that will give us that transformation. And that in this next 30 days, when we decide to go for that one thing that we're avoiding and keep at it, who will be at that point? That's powerful when we truly think about it. So, because here's the truth, you don't need more discipline. You don't you don't need more time. You need to stop being loyal to that pattern that is keeping you stuck. Stop it because you're not lazy. You just haven't interrupted that pattern yet. So today, pick that one thing and start there. I am Nene. We do this every single day because your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.